Let's have a look at media bias.
The very definition of Islam, by the very definition of being a Muslim voter, you're going to be anti-Jewish.
I'm struck by two things. One, the horrifying immediate response, not just in America, but when you saw mobs in Sydney, Australia, chanting "Gas the Jews," when you saw...
Except there is no evidence that that was actually chanted outside of the Opera House. A report published by the Muslim Council of Britain's Centre of Media Monitoring analysed online and TV news coverage of the first month of the war from the 7th of October to the 7th of November. The study analysed more than 176,000 TV clips and more than 25,000 news articles and revealed a bias focused on the Israel-Hamas war. Framing.
This conflict is extremely complicated and it's difficult to explain to people exactly what is happening.
TV broadcast channels heavily favoured
Israel has a right to defend themselves
over Palestinian rights with a ratio of 5-1.
We keep hearing these demands for ceasefire. On the surface, it sounds peaceful, but really, don't these calls for a ceasefire just mean that Israel should back off and let the terrorists thrive?
And then there were just all sorts of factually incorrect statements, which weren't just wrong, but framed the issue without context. For example, the title of this video is that Israel takes control over border, yet the border has always been under Israeli control. And it's well known that there are Israeli military checkpoints for Palestinians in the occupied Palestinian territories. Language. Terms used to describe the deaths of Palestinians are sometimes qualified with phrases such as, "What they say is a massacre." Israelis are about 11 times more likely to be referred to as victims of attacks compared to Palestinians. Over 70% of the terms atrocities, slaughter, and massacre were used in reference to the attacks against Israelis. Islamophobia. There has sometimes been hierarchy of racism when reporting on anti-Semitism and Islamophobia. Opposition to Israel has been framed as anti-Semitic by some publications and commentators.
Yeah, I mean, and that's exactly what they mean. I mean, this is Nazi language. I mean, but as you say, the difference between this and the Nazis tried to keep the secret.